not necessarily. Welcome back, familiar to Northside LD and Caramba. Today we've got Can Barcelona beat Inter Milan at the San Siro, and we've got a great panel today. We're going to be talking Barcelona, we're going to be talking Ajax, a little bit of Benfica, and then Arsenal at the end. But listen, can't be talking Barca without Mr. Barca himself, Omar BYT. The link to everyone's channels is in the title. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. Omar, what you saying, bro?
Hey, big up, man. Appreciate you for having me here. And yeah, man, listen, man. Tomorrow is the big day, man. I would be lying if I said I was looking forward to it, because after what I saw in the first leg, I'm going to be a nervous wreck tomorrow. Thankfully, I'm not doing a watch along. Not that because obviously I'm at work, but I will do a match reaction, but it's going to still be peak. It could literally be the greatest day of my life tomorrow, or just full on meltdown during my match reaction. One of the two. It's going to be peak, regardless.
Nah, I hear it, man. I hear it. I get it, man. I get why you're nervous, man. 3-3 at your ground, and now you got to get the job done in San Siro, man. But big up, man. Love for jumping on every time. Devontae, my G, what you saying, bro? You good?
Yeah, man. So I had a little trip from the weekend. I was in Belgium, so I didn't get to see that disgrace of a performance against Bournemouth from Arsenal, and Ajax didn't play. We got a game this weekend, important game for us. I'm definitely looking forward to the Champions League games, Barcelona tomorrow. Man, it's going to be a tough one. That's going to be the toughest game of the week. That one is one I'm looking forward to. Like, people will say, but oh no, not Arsenal now, because I already know that's going to be like, because the Barca Inter game is tied, so it can go both ways. You don't know what you're going to get, but it's definitely going to be a tough one. Look at Omar stressed. He's stressed. Oh man, yeah.
Listen, let's go straight to Omar. You're the Barca fan, bro. Listen, you guys scored some good goals, but Inter also, showed you. Well, you already knew, to be fair. Both of us already knew when Barcelona took on Benfica how leaky your back line is, and how much your attack has been bailing out your defense. Your defense ain't the greatest defense out there. And you can see the two set piece goals. You know what I mean? Dumfries, dunking on you lot. I get why you are nervous going into the game, because you can rely on your attack and you can't rely on that defense. And you're going up against a team that's very well structured when it comes to their defense. And they know exactly how to do the dark arts and how to get a goal and how to defend the lead. So how are you feeling, bro, as a Barca fan, going up again, to the San Siro? You feel confident? You don't feel confident? What's going through your head, bro?
I am not feeling confident. Simple as. Like, the only reason I have a smidgen of confidence going into this game is because we actually at least didn't lose the first leg, which if we had lost that game, yeah, there would be no chance in hell of us coming back. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like you just mentioned. at the end of the day, we're playing. Basically, if you look at Barcelona this season under Hansi Flick, we've battered a lot of teams in our competitions, right? But the teams that have beaten us in our competitions have all been the same teams. The teams playing the low block. You understand what I'm saying, right? Defensively structured, hit you on the corner, greater set pieces. And the crazy thing is, Inter Milan are the kings of that. And anyone who watches Inter this season could have told you that. You understand what I'm saying? There's a reason why when the draw was made and people were looking at our side of the draw and saying, yeah, Barcelona have a easy leeway to the final. I was like, bro, the only way we're going to have an easy leeway to the final if we don't see Inter in the semis. You understand what I'm saying? Because I knew. And the thing with a lot of these Barca fans is that they were so quick to just disregard Inter because of how good we are. And that's why I feel like a lot of people, this is what they're like. It's very similar. Obviously, we're going to get into it, but it's kind of similar to how a lot of Arsenal fans were approaching the PSG game because of how well they played against Real Madrid. They didn't really take into account that, oh, wait a minute, we're actually playing a very, very good team in PSG who are actually one of the best teams, informed teams in Europe. A lot of people didn't take that into account when we played against Inter. That this Inter team, especially in the Champions League, they are not the fanciest team. They're not the scariest team. But brother, you'd be hard done to watch a team that have barely lost this year. I think they've only lost one game, one in this entire competition, right? And the thing is, most of the time, they don't have to be the better team. That's the thing. They have been the better team in many of the games they played this season. They've been the team that have been better structured and taken their chances. And the thing with Barca is, we give chances to everybody. Everybody gets chances. You understand what I'm saying? The fact that we managed to score 3 goals against that defense is incredible. Like, that's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. Going back and watching the game, you realize even the goals we scored, we relied on a Yamaha masterclass for the first one, right? We were able to open them up. The one time we were able to open them up the whole game to get the equalizer from Ferran Torres. And the third one was just a bullet shot from Rafinha. But that's how we were able to break them down. And they were able to do that in our stadium. Like the way they were able to, like, honestly, they could have they had a 4th goal that, honestly, you could say whether or not should have been ruled out, right? And now we are going to the San Siro in that crazy atmosphere where, let's be real, we don't have a good record in the Giuseppe Meazza. Bro, I've been in that stadium. I was in that stadium back in 2023. They beat us 1-0. In the semifinals in 2010, they beat us 3-1, right? We've only won 1 game there in my entire lifetime as a Barca fan. And that was a nothing game against them in the Champions League in 2019. It's ridiculous. Like, honestly, I'm a nervous wreck. Like, do I believe we can win? Of course. I'm not gonna sit here and say we have 0 chance. Like, there's a lot of Barca fans who are so out of touch. You know what I mean, right? They like to do this thing where, you know, they're so nervous they just disregard their entire team. Now, I'm not one of those people. I do believe that we can go there and win if we set up right. You understand what I'm saying? Because I predicted 2-1 in my match preview. I said Inter 1, Barca 2, where they're going to take the lead. We're going to get the equalizer and somehow to the run of play, get the 2nd goal, and somehow just keep it alive, be defensively structured for once and actually make it to the final. But that's just hopeful thinking, because Inter are definitely the favorites. And now that Lautaro Martinez, who I thought wasn't going to play now, is back in training, yeah, well, we're not cooked, because now basically their whole team is fit. While we have a striker in Lewandowski who is technically training with the team, but we don't know if he's going to start tomorrow. I have no fullbacks. My whole fullbacks are all gone. Koundé and Balde. I literally have 2 kids at fullback. And the crazy thing is, if you watch Inter this season, you know how important their wingbacks are, Dumfries and DeMarco. And we have 2 kids in the fullback positions. And then I have to deal. And then in the set pieces, good Lord Almighty, man, I could be here all day, just talking about, like, that's why I'm a wreck, because I'm like, bro, I know how Inzaghi is gonna set up. He's not coming into the game thinking, all right, I'm gonna grab this game by the hands. He's gonna be, well, listen, Barca, just do what you did in the first leg. Here's the ball, try to break us down. We don't need to attack. We don't need to be the better team. We just need to be the team that wins. That's it. And that's what they're gonna do. So yeah, it is what it is, man.
I hear it, man. I hear it. Devante, what do you make of it, man? You see why Omar's frustrated, or do you think he's got Barca's got a better chance of winning the game than what he's saying?
I will say I get why he's frustrated and nervous. I would be too, especially with Barcelona's defense is very, very shaky. They probably got the most shakiest defense out of the remaining four teams that are still in the semifinals. Uh, they got Kunde is not there. He is gonna miss a few games. Balde is not fit enough yet. He's not 100%. So from what I've seen, I mean, the speculation is going to be that Eddie Garcia is going to be as a playing right back, which means Araujo is going to come into the center back position, or they're going to put him as a right back, and then left back they're going to put Inigo Martinez, then Kubarsi, and still play Eddie Garcia. So it's going to be the defense is going to be set up in that way, so they can like at least defend the set piece. But the thing is, when Araujo plays, he always brings bad luck. That Latino Heat Rob Holding always brings bad luck, bro. I don't like this kid, bro. He always plays like he got Tourette's. Like I don't trust him. He always brings some bad luck to Barcelona, and I just hope that in this game he can't stay focused. That's his problem. If he doesn't stay focused, he's going to do something stupid and get a red card, and then Inter will have their way because, like Omar said, they're going to completely park the bus, and depend on their counters. And the thing was with Inter, their counters are super efficient. What I saw that game, it was just one touch football, like there, and then cross it and then go. Very precise with their counters. Inter are very precise with their counter. Like they play the best counter football. Then I just saw on Twitter that Inzaghi and Bastoni were talking about doubling or even tripling Lamine Yamal, right? And I totally understand why they would do that because he's probably like the guy that you have to watch out the most. But I feel like that is going to backfire because Pedri is another guy that can create. And if they're going to play Olmo, that's another guy who can also like create a little bit. Of course, Rafinha is not the guy that's going to do the creating because he's the guy that's supposed to do the finishing, score the goals. And Rafinha, my issue with Rafinha after that whole Argentina game, right, in the national break, and an interview with Omario, he has not been good, especially not like as he been like before early in the season. He was scoring goals here and there, but he's not been as good as before the Argentina game. But he's scoring again. Maybe he can step it up this game. It definitely goes both ways. It goes both ways. But I feel like, in my honest opinion, Inter is beatable. But you just have to like be on your game and stay focused. If you like lose that focus for even just a second, they're gonna score. They're gonna score Inter. They are very deadly. But I understand why Omar's frustrated, but Inter's beatable, man. Even the worst AC Milan I've ever seen just beat them in the Coppa Italia. So they're beatable, but we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, no, I hear that, man. I hear that. For me, I agree, man. I think if they're able to defend set pieces, that's two of the goals that Inter scored from Dumfries. So if they're able to defend set pieces, that's a big if. You know what I mean? It's a big if because who you're gonna play? You're gonna play Christensen. You're gonna play Araujo. You know what I mean? Like
We need to play Araujo, I'll tell you that. This is the thing. We played Christensen Araujo in the game against Real Valladolid, which now worries me because now that they played in that game, it's very likely that they're going to miss out on this game against. And this is ridiculous because Kubashi and Inigo are not the most physical defender. I know people are going to look at Kubashi's, his physique and say, oh, well, this and this and this. Look, Christensen, I'm telling you now, a lot of these Barca fans, I guess it's because, Christensen doesn't get like the amount of praises that people give to people like Kubashi and Araujo when they play well. But Christensen has been at this club for 2 years, and I watched this brother since he's been here. The only thing that this brother has been problems that his guy has had is remaining fit. Because when he is on the pitch, he actually is one of our best defenders. This man is crystal consistent. I never remember watching a Christensen game where I was like, yo, you were the worst defender on the pitch. I've said that about Kobashi. I've said that about Inigo. I've said that about Araujo. I've never said this about Christensen. Christensen is just okay. He doesn't do the, fancy stuff. He does his job and he does it well, right? And he played his first game of the season against Real Valladolid, which I don't blame him. He's been injured all season. This is literally last game was his first game of the season in our competitions, right? And he played well. And I'm gonna be very honest. If I'm going to be real, that's our best centre back partnership right there. Christensen and Araujo. That is our best defensive partnership. And we know, like you mentioned, we know how these guys are with set pieces, bro. Literally, the game against Bayern Munich, they literally scored 2 goals from corner kicks. Both of their goals were from corners, and their goals against us in the first leg, 2 of them were from corner kicks. Like, honestly, man, it really is worrying for me because I know, man, Inter Milan, especially in their stadium, is. In this, Giuseppe Meazza in Champions League nights, it's crazy.
That's why you got to play to your strengths. Well, you got to go for the win anyway, unless you want to take it to penalties, which is risky. So you just got to play to your strengths, bro. Because let's be real, you're talking about your fullbacks and you're talking about your defense, yeah. But you made Inter come out and attack you, which is not really the game plan that they had when the game first started. So you made them start playing your game, which is high risk, high reward. And allowing space and
because
time
they knew, because you know why? Because they scored in 30 seconds. Trust me, it wasn't in the plan for them to score in 30 seconds. When they scored the first goal with their first opportunity of the game, that is what triggered something in them. You understand what I'm saying? Right? When they scored, it was like Inzaghi was like, whoa, wait a minute. These guys, they're not even that. Like, I knew these guys were not defensively good, but yo, this is too easy. This is why you could see throughout the game they were getting more confident. Inzaghi was telling them, yo, go forward. Because these guys, they are so defensively sus right now. They are. This is why in the second half, Hansi Flick had to make the change. He didn't bring in Araujo. And I was saying it during my match preview last week. I said, yo, if we need to see Araujo start, I don't care what anyone says. People are always quick to talk shit about this dude. But this is a physical game with 2 physical strikers. I'm sorry, man. Bring a physical defender to deal with the physical strikers. That's why we were getting cooked in that first half. And guess what? Hansi Flick clearly noticed that because he instantly brought Araujo in the second half. And he was literally our best defender throughout the second half. It's ridiculous. That's why he needs to start in this game. He needs to start. I'm sorry. I don't care. If I don't see him tomorrow, I'm going to be fuming.
No, I hear it, man. I hear it. But listen, I feel like you guys got too much at Inter. I can't lie. I think going forward, you lot got too much at Inter, bro. But that's just my opinion. Because Rafinha didn't have the greatest game. Had an opportunity, scored. Then almost scored a goal that was identical. Do you know what I'm saying? So he wasn't even performing the whole game. He was quite quiet in that game. But he had an opportunity, took it. Then all of a sudden, he created another opportunity. Yamal as well. He created his opportunity. You didn't really create opportunities because of your fullbacks. So just play centre-backs there. Just do the pep thing. Just play centre-backs and say, you guys hold the line and the midfield and the attack will figure it out. Just the same way that Rafinha figured it out. Just the same way that Yamal figured it out. You know, because you've got good enough individuals there that will find goals regardless of, you know, having fullbacks that are going to run up and down and support the attack. So that's it. Danny Olmo as well. You know, Olmo had an opportunity to score as well. You lot had opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Torres scored. So, you know, you guys have got a good midfield. You've got a good attack. A lot of your attackers created individual goals. You're going to have to count on them to make individual goals. You're going to have to sacrifice them being supported by the fullbacks to ensure that you don't, you know, that you don't concede goals. That's what you got to do, bro. You need a whole back line of centre backs, bro. That's it. There's no point trying to do the fancy thing. There's no point trying to, you know what I mean? You better relax on the high line as well. You know what I mean? And
oh, that's not gonna happen.
Nah.
But that's what you got to do.
Flick, I'm telling you guys, Hansi Flick. This is what I've been saying recently to a lot of my Barca content creators recently. I said, you know what this Hansi Flick guy sometimes he gives me Ange Postecoglou vibes, not just in the fact that he plays a high line, but also how stubborn he is with the high line. He refuses to change it, even in games where we need to change him. The only changes he would make is maybe change the players, but he will never change the formation. And the thing is, as you know, anyone who's watched football long enough can tell you, you keep playing the same way, eventually teams are going to figure out how to play against you. And when teams figure out how to play against your style, you're cooked if you don't have a plan B. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing is, few times this season, teams have figured out how to play against Barcelona. That's why I'm like, bro, next season it's not going to be a walk in the park like this season has been. I'm telling you now, next season is going to be different because the teams will figure out how to play against this Barcelona team. They will understand. Listen, we are not going to get most of the chances. Play a low block, hit them on the corner, and you work.
No, I hear that, man. I hear that. Devante, who you got winning this game, bro? Barca or Inter?
I feel like if Barca scores early, I might say Barca. If not, it's gonna be Inter. I just feel like what Omar just said about teams gonna figure out how Barca plays. The thing is with Inzaghi, he's quite smart. You know, he's very cerebral. So I feel like Inzaghi definitely gonna find a way to not only like, of course, silence Jamal with doubling and triple teaming him, but to find a way to like break down that high line that they play, and score maybe 1 or 2 goals. But if Barca scores early, or if they're able to keep Inter silent, like their counterattacks I'm talking about, then I'll say Barca.
No, I hear that, man. Hold on, let me refresh this because my camera just glitched. Hold on 1 sec.
Oh damn.
Damn. That's this app, man. It's so annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I might just move back to.
There we go. We're back.
This app is hella annoying, man. It really is.
I'm thinking about going back to StreamYard. I can't lie.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. I never thought I would say that, but brother, this
cool.
app is hella frustrating. The amount of times you have to refresh, bro, it's ridiculous.
That is crazy, man. But yeah, man.
Work on it, man.
Omar, I can't lie, bro. Like, I can see it go both ways. That's why it's such an interesting game, bro. I can see it going both ways. I can see you guys going through. I can see you guys outscoring them, but then I can see them, taking advantage of your weak defense. And you, man, are so lucky that offside was there to rule off that last goal, bro. Because you'd be going into this leg 4-3. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
trust me. I'm telling you now. Even though I'm worried, I am not ruling us out of this game. I think that it's closer than many people think. There's a lot of negative Barca fans who think because of how bad we played in the first leg, that is definitely a formality that we're going to lose in the second leg. I just feel like we are not done. There is drama in the second leg coming. Because we've seen this in the Champions League, right? Where we've seen highly entertaining draws in the first leg. And then the team that usually goes, the away team when they go at home, who are expected to win, somehow, some way, the away team ends up going doing a madness and getting the win. So that's why I said 2-1. That's why I said 2-1, because I feel like this screams, I'm telling you, this screams 2-1 to us. I can see it. I can see us trying to do the whole highline thing and getting caught, and them getting the first goal, and maybe them being a little bit complacent because now they've got the lead. You understand what I'm saying, right? And then maybe before the end of halftime, I don't know, like a Robert Lewandowski, right? Maybe if he starts, right, cross into the box out of nowhere, heads it, it's 1-1. You understand what I'm saying? And then it's just back and forth. Both teams just getting chances. Like I'm talking about easy chances, man. Like chances that could basically be the difference between winning and losing, where both teams are just missing. And then maybe in the run of play, late, Rafinha gets like the winner. Something crazy like that, which would be insane. I'm telling you now, bro. But something just tells me, man. I don't
see them keeping your attack silent, though. Like, they struggled to keep your mouth silent, and he was cooking by himself. He was taking on the defenders by himself, bro. For the goal, the other time when he put, who was it, DeMarco?
Yeah,
put him on his ass as well. You know what I mean? So the thing is, I don't see them keeping your mouth silent. The same way I don't see Arsenal keeping Cavacelia silent. I don't see them keeping Doué silent. They're players that are too techy for some of these defenders. And they take a lot of defenders out of the game and create space for others or openings for themselves. So that's the thing, bro. I feel like your attack is just going to be a bit too much for them. You know what I mean? They tried to get the lead and shut up shop, and you guys got back into the game. That says a lot about your attack, to be fair. For all your worries, you got to look at your attack and say, you know what? They individually cooked, and Inter couldn't live with them. They couldn't live with Yamal, bro. They couldn't stop him. And he was doing it by himself. Do you know what I mean?
No, he was the best attacker, man. I'm gonna be very real. Both of our attackers were bums in that game. If Rafinha played well in that game, we would have won that. but we had only one attacker doing his job in that game. Look, here's the thing with a lot of people, man. And even in this chat, I've been seeing it now. A lot of people, they are so like, you know what it is now, sir, right? Sometimes people like to call us negative as fans, right? They always like to say, oh, we don't believe enough and this and this and this. Most of the time when we say things, right, it's not necessarily that we disregard our team. It's because we understand the challenge that's in front of us. You understand what I'm saying, right? The thing with this current Barcelona team is that this is not an impossible task. If we play to our best, we can win. It's not like the PSG Arsenal game where PSG they were so good in the first leg and have been so good at home that you're looking at it thinking, even if we play well, it might not be enough. You understand what I'm saying, right? If we actually play well, I think that we can beat Inter. That's 100% true. But the problem with Barca is, especially in Europe, we love shooting ourselves in the foot. You understand what I'm saying? That is the problem. That is why I cannot be 100%. I cannot be as confident as a Barca fan can be, because squad for squad, I should be. You understand what I'm saying? But this is what I will say now. The fact that we drew the game in the first leg, I think it would wake these players up to know that if we go to the second leg and we put our foot off the gas just once, they're going to cook us. So they're going to be on their toes for 90 minutes. 90 minutes, no giving any silly mistakes, any stupid mistakes, none of that. Because if we came with the lead, I would have been worried. I'm not even going to lie. That's why I was looking at it in the draw. I was like, you know what it is? This draw, I know I'm quoting, but it could be a blessing in disguise. Because now I know that this team now is going to go to the second leg and they're not going to underestimate Inter. They're going to be like, well, listen, man, these guys came to our home 2-3-3, so we know what to expect if we go to the Giuseppe Meazza. We can't give them any freedom. We cannot slack off. Whereas if we won, we would have been like, well, all we have to do now is just go there and just draw. And that's the problem with Barca. When we have that mindset, we usually bottle it. So yeah, it is what it is. Listen, I still believe in us, but I'm not delusional to think that, at the end of the day, it's a foregone formality. I think Inter, if we're going to be real, probably are the favorites. Meaning just a little bit. I'm not going to say they're the full-on favorites, but I think the way they played in the first leg, it's shown everybody that, yeah, you know what? They're more likely to win this time because they don't have to be the better team. They just have to scumbag a win, and they're the kings of doing that. And Barcelona, it's not the same, man, but we'll see, man.
No, I hear it, man. I hear it, man. We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, I don't look at Thuram and say this guy is out and out, a lethal killer in the Champions League. He does well in Inter, in their league, in the Serie A. Is he going to replicate his goal? Not necessarily the same style of goal, but is he going to score every game? I don't rate him that highly. I don't. Not at Champions League level. Not in my opinion. Dumfries, great player. But then again, are you guys going to sort out your defense? I don't know. Highly unlikely that you guys are going to sort out your defense. No, I don't think Thuram is all that, bro. I think he's good.
Bro, he's not good, man. You know what it is with some of these people? They glaze, bro. Just because their brother scored a flick against us doesn't mean he's good. I watch Serie A every single week. This guy's a bum. You know what the problem is? Do you see Inter, right? Under Inzaghi. Inzaghi makes these players look better than they are. This team is not actually good. But the formation of how they're set up is what brings the best out of this team. You understand what I'm saying? Take Marcus Thuram out of that Inter Milan team. Put Marcus Thuram at Arsenal and see what happens. Like, seriously, man. No. These people, right? Sometimes they look at these players, how good they are. They're like, they don't realize. Sometimes it's the system. Some players, they are system players. And Thuram is a system player. He works well under the Inter Milan system.
But then that's the thing. But then what leaves is, are you going to defend properly against Dumfries? Are you going to defend properly in set pieces in general? I don't see it.
That's the big question.
It's come to this stage of the season, and you're still sitting there saying we've got issues in our defense. I don't think it's going to be sorted just because you're in the semi-finals. So then that leaves the goals from Dumfries or the goals for somebody else to get an opportunity when they, cross the ball into the box. So I see your frustration. I can see it both ways. I think I can see your your attack and the individual brilliance getting you through the tie. But then I can see Inter getting a goal and just stinking it out for the rest of the game and
Yep.
knocking you out that way. So
Yep.
we're gonna see in it. We're gonna see, bro. I see why you're nervous, bro. I can tell why you're nervous, but it's long, bro. It's long. But listen, moving on from Barca, let's get into Ajax, bro. Devante, what you saying, man? What you man saying?
Oh boy, man, it hasn't been the last couple of weeks when it comes to Ajax have been atrocious. No, especially that loss against Utrecht. That was horrible, bro. 4-0 ass whooping, 4-0, and then the game after that against Sparta, we dropped points. We drew 1-1, but that was definitely one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life, and it's looking like when it comes to Ajax, it's looking like either this is the limit or they're just very nervous. It's championship nervous. I would say like the nerves are showing. And now the gap between us and PSV is 4 points because they won in the weekend against Fortuna Sittard at home, which I already predicted they would. Fortuna is bottom tier. This weekend is a big game for us, but I feel like the most important game that weekend is PSV Feyenoord. Feyenoord, of course, one of the top 3 teams in the league. They're in form. Van Persie does a great job with Feyenoord, though. People thought that he would, fumble because he just started his coaching career. We hit a fein, and then middle through the season, halfway through the season, he comes to Feyenoord. But he's gotten playing very well, I must say. And PSV go to Rotterdam, tough ground for every team. For every team is tough, and I feel like PSV, they, I don't know, It really depends on what they're gonna do because we play after that game. So let's say if PSV does anything but win, and we win the game after that, which is against NEC Nijmegen, then we're the champions. But if not, right, let's say PSV wins and we win our game, then it's still 4 points. And the game after that, next week against FC Groningen, is the one that decides all of it. If we win that game, but man, Fadioli, man, this guy been looking like Arteta a little bit, man. He comes with the weird analogies. Like for the Frankfurt game, he came with the hard hats that the construction workers use, and he put it at every player's bench in the locker room. Like I feel like what is with these managers nowadays doing all this weird stuff, man? But where do I start? Where do I start, man? We have to be at our best against NSA. We have to remain we have to win the remaining 3 games. That's what it is. We have to win it. No ifs, ands, or buts. No draws, no losses, nothing. We just have to win it. Because I'm not here, for the draws and all that stuff. Because PSV is going to catch up. They really are going to catch up. They're the defending champions at the end of the day. They know what it is like. This team don't know what it is outside of like a few players to win a title. But even then, those players are not the carrying players. We're talking about Berghuis, a guy that came from Feyenoord to our club to win trophies. But he is not a leader. He rode the coattail of Tadic and Haller and all those guys when we won our title in 2022. And since they left, he has not carried us to the promised land. As a matter of fact, he built out. As a matter of fact as well, right? He said last year when we had our worst season ever that, y'all need to cherish players like me and Bergwijn and all that stuff. I tell him, what the fuck you talking about? Like, what are you talking about, bro? You ain't nothing.
I dare a player to say that at my club.
Yeah. And he regretted that because the fans were cussing him out. Because bro, you did nothing for us. You did nothing for us. So talk about we need to cherish you. We need to cherish shit. You're not on the level of Tadic and many great players that have graced the Ajax shirt, right? Then we have Brian Brobbey. Y'all already know. Everybody already knows how I feel about that guy, bro. Like, I hope that the Ajax management and the board has seen that this guy needs to be sold. This guy has not improved his game ever since he came from the ranks at all. Not improved nothing. This guy is on 4 goals this season. He has a strike, and he's a striker. That is Eddie Nketiah numbers. And that's our leading striker. But I hope that Farioli is smart enough to switch that for the NSA game and bring in Weghorst. We need a guy like Weghorst, rate him or not. He brings the energy, and he's technically even better than Brian Broby, even though he's not a technical wonder. Technically, he's much better than Brian Broby. So we definitely need that horse to start that game. And as a matter of fact, the last guy that I'm gonna get into that has been slacking for us is Mika Hortz, which is a Belgian talent. He started off good, but lately he's been looking like Martinelli. He's been looking like Martinelli. He's been always also doing like looking down and going one way instead of like, keep your head up, look at your teammates, and don't be predictable. He also needs to like hold bench for a while, man.
No, I hear it, man. I hear it. Hopefully, you man get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you guys get the job done. And talking about getting the job done, Benfica, we won 2-1 against Estoril. We are level on points with Sporting. So, yeah, the title race is going down to the 2 last games of the season. And then after that, we've got Sporting in a cup final. So, yeah, man, the manager could do a three-peat this season. Going up against Sporting, the games.
Bruno Lage.
Bruno Lage, yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh wow! You wanted the guy gone, and you wanted the guy gone, man. He's such a toxic fan, no side.
I know, man.
That's
toxic,
crazy.
Bro. I'm toxic.
Damn,
I
man.
still want him gone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got to get the job done, bro. He got to get the job done. Benfica versus Sporting, 6 p.m. That's going to be a big game, bro. Title decider. Title decider. What a game. Second last game of the season to decide the title. And
Wow.
yeah, man, Sporting have got nobody to blame but themselves. I know they got rid of Ruben Amorim. They were 10, 15 points ahead of us, and they allowed us to get back into the title race.
Bro, that's what happens when you sell your best. Yeah, that's what happens once you get rid of your best manager. Bro, it is what it is.
That's it. If he fails at Man United, I'll take Ruben Amorim. He was cooking in the Portuguese league.
Oh yeah. Oh, you should.
I'll take him,
bro. No. Let me tell you something. I still think Amorim is a good manager. I just think that Manchester United is just a kiss of death. And also, I think he might have gone there too early. He should have waited this summer. But then again, the club didn't give him an option. They were like, "Yeah, come now. Either come in now or we move on." Bro, he should have said, well, listen, man, I'm in a title race right now with this club, and I'm focusing on that. If you guys can't wait for me, then it is what it is. Because he was still a highly sorted manager. So even if he didn't get the United job, he would have got another job, like Madrid. Yeah. Think about that. This is what I'm saying with Amorim. If Amorim was patient, and let's say he walked the league this season with Ancelotti being under pressure, Amorim's name would have been in it. You've seen them put Iraola in that list, right? If Iraola was in that list, I'm sorry, if Amorim was doing well in the Champions League like he was with Sporting before he left, and doing well in the league, Real Madrid, he would have been in the short list for the Madrid job.
Alonso.
But now look at this, man. Your stock has really went down.
You should have went
exactly.
Alonso and say, "Yo, I'm staying one more year. I'm weighing up my options."
He got too cocky.
You know what I mean? But maybe he just panicked, didn't it? And he said, out of all the jobs, he wanted to take that job. I don't understand why, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see if Ajax are able to do their job. You are 4 points ahead of PSV at the moment. So, but you need to win your remaining games. Benfica have to win their remaining games. There's no more hiding. It's the crunch end of the season.
That's as well.
You playing at home
as well, yeah. So,
you playing at home.
Well, we play El Clasico is next Sunday.
Yeah. There you go.
This Sunday we're playing, bro. We have a crunch game tomorrow, and we have a crunch game on Sunday, and good Lord, I mean, Real Madrid are not any better. They basically have no defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about the injuries we have. Their whole defense is out. Their whole defense, like Rudiger, Asensio, I think is the only one that's fit. They literally playing a guy named Ramen in their defense yesterday. Right? And they were 3-0 up and somehow nearly bottled it in the end. Right? It's ridiculous. So at the end of the day, if I'm going to keep it 100 stacks with you, I think that they should count themselves lucky. Right? But we need to do our job next week, because I think if we beat them, then that's the league secured for me.
Mm-hmm. There you go, man. What's your opinions, Omar, on Arsenal going up against PSG? Sorry.
Okay, let's get into it. PSG. Okay, so here's where I stand with that whole thing. Okay, obviously, you guys are the underdogs going into this. Anyone with a brain knows that. You know, you guys are going to the Parc des Princes, one of the most intimidating stadiums this season, right? And considering how these guys were basically running around in Emirates, you're definitely gonna have a long day tomorrow, no sad. I'm telling you that now. But I'll say this to you right now. Having a one goal deficit in this kind of format in the Champions League where there is no such thing as the away goal rule, I think it really opens up a lot of opportunities. Because here is the thing. I don't expect you guys to be the better team. I don't even expect you guys to create a lot of chances in the game. I think you guys are going to be on the back foot for the whole game. But I do see you guys creating some chances in the game. You understand what I'm saying? And something, I don't know why Northside, I feel this way, but I feel like the first goal we're going to see in that second leg is not going to be from PSG. I can see you guys getting that goal. And that goal is going to completely mess the whole thing up. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I haven't, obviously, my match preview, I've already recorded it, but I haven't uploaded it yet, right? However, I did say this in my match preview. I said, even though I think PSG are going to win, because I said 2-1, and I said the reason I said 2-1 is because I think you guys are going to get the first goal, but PSG are hyenas. That attack that they have, Doué, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Bakola, all of these guys, oh my days, bro, the amount of opportunities they're going to create. And you've got in the midfield, you got Vitinha controlling the midfield with Jean Neves. Bro, it is long. It's going to be long, but I'll tell you this now. Just like I said about the Barcelona game, I genuinely believe that we could see an upset in this tie. Now, I don't think during 90 minutes, but I can see you guys come back in at least a 1-goal lead and getting battered for the whole 120 minutes and somehow holding on for a 1-goal lead and taking it to pens. And somehow doing the impossible and winning on pens. I don't know why Northside, but this tie is not over. And look, let's be real, Northside. If you guys win that game, you know how your fans are going to be like, bro. They're going to be smug. They're going to be completely like, they're just going to ignore the fact that they just got battered pillar to post, right? Just the fact that they're in the final and they're going to start glazing Arteta again. Same as usual. But I can see it, man. Like at the end of the day, I feel like right now people are looking at the PSG Inter final. But the Barca Arsenal final is not out of the realms, man. It's not out of the realms just yet. Because both of us are going into our games technically as underdogs. You understand what I'm saying? That's the team that are in the back foot. But as far as Arsenal is concerned, it's gonna be long for you. I don't know how Arteta is gonna set up for this one. Is Kai Havertz gonna be back? No, sir. Because we were talking about him in the Prem talk. Is he actually coming back?
Does it change anything?
But that's the thing. Because he shouldn't. Like, what's the point of bringing him in? He's not going to change anything in the game, right? And then you look at your attack, like Martinelli, bro. I know I wasn't here during your last match reaction for the Champions League, but this brother Martinelli is actually a bum. No, he is, brother. No, I'm not even kidding. No, brother, I don't understand. This man wasn't just missing shots, right? It's one thing shooting the ball and the goalkeeper saving it. This brother wasn't even making the goalkeeper. The amount of times I saw him get a clear opportunity in the box where he's got the post right there. I think he had like 3 chances. He had the 3 best chances for Arsenal where it fell to Martinelli. First one, he didn't even hit the target. Completely skied it. Second one, one-on-one against Donnarumma. Like, bro, you gotta slot that away. And then the third one, which was late, bro, he was literally free. No defenders around him. He literally skied. I'm like, brother, what is wrong with this guy? What actually happened to this brother, bro? Because there was a time this guy was getting considered one of the upcoming talents in world football. Now this brother can't even, hit a target now, bro. And this is your attack, Like, this is why I know, in a way, I cannot blame you guys. I can't blame the Arsenal fans like you for having no confidence. Like, bro, how am I going to be confident when Saka is the only attacker that I can rely on? Like you know what PSG are gonna do. PSG are gonna well
You're
listen, man.
talking about conceding set pieces to Inter Milan. We're conceding set pieces to Bournemouth, bro. So everyone that want to tell me that, oh, but we got a good defense. The defense is leaky, bro. The defense has been poor this season anyway. Overall, let's be real, man. How many games have we bottled that we're leading positions? You know, we had Tielemans out jumping this defense. We've had Bowen out jumping. These are not tall players, bro. You're probably like my height, 5'8". You know what I'm saying? Out jumping big, tall centre backs. Like we haven't been that great, bro. Let's just keep it real, innit? And even against PSG, bro, Kivior as well, like getting cooked at times. Our fullbacks getting cooked at times, 1v1s. We're not looking great, bro. The one aspect of the team people rave about isn't performing that well, but we're not surprised. The Gabriel's not here. That's going to affect our defense. It's going to. Yep. Everybody knows that Kivior's not of the level. And you can play 1-2 good games, but eventually his level will show, and there will be games where he will be exposed. And I just overall I'm tired of it, bro. I kind of just want the game to hurry up, and I've already accepted that we ain't going through, bro. Anything past that is a bonus. I don't believe we're going through. The manager, the team have not shown me anything different. I haven't learned anything different of the last past games. There's nothing that I can come here and dissect in terms of tactics and tell you we're going to do this different or that different. Most of the experiments we've already done, playing certain players out of position, we've done that already, and we know the outcome of it. And the outcome is not good enough to get over the line to win a major honor. So there's no point asking me if Havertz is going to play as a striker, is Moreno going to play as a striker. These are not solutions to get us over the line, man. I really don't believe it. And listen, I'm more than happy to be proven wrong, like I was proven wrong against Real Madrid, but I feel like there's a limit to, you know, getting the most out of players and playing players out of positions and looking for internal solutions. It gets to a stage in the season where you either got the quality or you don't. You've got the manager that's the right manager and as a tactician, or you don't. You know, and everybody else that's not of the level gets exposed. And I just feel like he's taking it as far as he can take it, in my opinion. But Devante, please let me know how you feel like, because I feel deflated, bro.
I'm with you on that though. Like I have no faith whatsoever. But now that I heard Omar's view on the game, I think if Arsenal can do something, then they really have to play the game of their lives. The game of their lives, basically. And that means like 100%, 110% focus. Not even 100%, 110% focus, and not slacking one bit. The thing with PSG is they're just a much technical team, a better team technically from a technical standpoint. They got the technicality. We don't have that. Arsenal doesn't have the technicality. They're just like, robust, like pacey, all that stuff, like pace and power, right? That's basically what it is, right? We don't have a lot of technical players in our team. The guy that's supposed to be technical, the fucking Beyblade, Odegaard, yeah, he's not doing anything. Martinelli, he's a shell of his former self. He's not even looking like technical. He's just looking like he broke down, like he just malfunctioning. That's Martinelli. Who else? No, oh yeah, Trossard. I said it on my match reaction last week. How the hell do you thought it was a good idea to play Trossard as a false nine against guys like Pacho and Marquinhos? They're quite physical defenders, right? So why would you put a guy like Trossard there, instead of like doing like adjusting your midfield to the game, instead of like putting Merino or Rice together? That hasn't worked all season. Not saying that Merino as a false nine is the solution, but I said last week, the guy is physical and he can do the hold up play much better than anybody on this team, I would say, as a nine, because even Havertz cannot do that as well as him, right? And then put Lewis Skelly in the midfield. Also, Timber isn't available for that game. I think Timber is injured now. I think Timber is injured, and then we're gonna have Ben White, and Ben White has also not been the best this game. This is going to be so tough, bro. This is going to be so tough. I'm not saying that Arsenal don't have a chance, but my hopes are low because the Parc des Princes is a very tough ground, first of all. Liverpool won there, but just with one goal. So you'd be lucky to even score one goal, and then to still go to overtime. And then what? I don't think Arsenal going to win in overtime, and especially not penalties at all. And then they're probably going to rely on Saka. But Saka, he's not fully fit yet. And if he doesn't have the adrenaline, like for the, like just like the game against Real Madrid away at the Bernabeu, that was basically like adrenaline taking him over. So you didn't care about the hamstring and all that. If you don't have that for this game, then you might as well kiss that game goodbye for Saka, because Saka is not fully fit. He cannot do what he always does. And also, PSG did a great job defending him last week, right? So you better hope that Arsenal smelt the coffee and give it 110%. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned it. Donnarumma. Let's not forget that guy. That guy, I hate him. I hate him because he's an annoying ass keeper, bro. He's a fucking mosquito keeper. Like this guy is super annoying. And it's just it's just hard to score against that guy, bro. I hate him, but you just have to hope that Arsenal just is fully motivated. And I'm not talking about PR. I'm not talking about cheap talk. I'm not talking about believe, guys, believe, bring your boots and shin pads and all that stuff, or walking around Paris talking about believe, guys, believe. No, I'm really talking about look at yourself in the mirror, look at everybody in the locker room, and say, you know what, we're not gonna fucking lose today. This is our second opportunity to get back into a Champions League final and win it. We haven't done that 19. We haven't done it for 19 years. 19 years ago was the last time Arsenal made a Champions League final. You have such an opportunity, a golden opportunity to play it again and face Inter or Barcelona and to win it. Why would you go for it and give it your all? No spinning around, no hiding, no none of that. Step the F up for this club who has no European history. You have the chance to finally get a prestigious title, a prestigious European title for the first time in history. Grab it with both hands and don't do anything stupid. And Arteta, please don't overthink it. Don't do no squeezing the juice out the lemon or the light bulb or whatever it is. Manage the game as it should be. Just focus on football. No bullshit, nothing. Because I saw that against Madrid. Against Madrid, you managed as a football manager, not as whatever it is. You can't do that. So why do it now? Now it matters now. Do it now and make sure that you don't lose. Because if you lose, right, all hell's gonna break loose. Because I know the fan base, there's a huge divide going on right now. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it on YouTube. There is a divide. And when they're gonna lose, all hell's gonna break loose. Trust me. You think Northside's gonna lose it? Bro, you
No,
ain't
it's
seen nothing
everybody.
yet. The fan base is gonna lose it, and I'm gonna lose it too. Because not only is if Arsenal gonna lose it, but if Ajax is gonna fumble off all 9 points and 4 points, all that stuff, bro, the earth is gonna shake. I'm gonna come out looking like the Dragon Zord from Power Rangers, right? You're gonna see the Green Ranger playing that flute, and I'm gonna come out looking like the Dragon Zord, bro.
I'm telling
Let
you.
me tell you something right now. This is the thing, man. Sometimes, man, you don't have to go into detail if you're the manager. You have only one trophy to potentially win. Just one. Your season is over. The league title is gone. There's no FA Cup. There's no Carabao. There's nothing. All there is now is this game. This game is your season. You guys lose this game, your season is over. That's it. Finish. Finito. I'm sorry. If I'm Arteta, I'm going to be like, listen, man. You play like you have nothing to lose because you literally have nothing to lose. That's literally it. You have nothing to lose. You don't have anything to play for the rest of the season at this point. That's really it. That is really, really, really it. But this is the thing, man. At the end of the day, this has been happening now probably for the past 3 seasons where you guys have a good team and you have a team that has so much potential to be great, right? And I think a lot of these people who are top gunners, they see the potential and they don't realize the problem with potential is you can either make it or you may not. It's like it's in everything in life. You see football clubs that are great prospects that have potential to be great. That people look at and say, this team could potentially be one of the best teams in Europe. Never make it to that point. Why? Because they never kicked on. You understand what I'm saying? Footballers. We see footballers who were like, this guy's the next big thing. You see it now. We talk about Yamal. We talk about Wanyeri. Listen, at the end of the day, Yamal is doing incredible things at his age. But brother, the guy hasn't reached the top of the world just yet. He's almost there, but he still hasn't got there yet. He has the potential, the highest potential to get there, right? The thing with Arsenal is, I look at Arsenal very similarly for the past 2 seasons now. Sir. This is why it's always easy for me to criticize Arsenal, because I think that Arsenal have always had potential. The past 2-3 seasons, when you guys were finishing second in the table, you guys had the project. It was looking good. And all you needed to do was to be ruthless and look at it and say, well, why didn't we win the league this season? Oh, this position, that position, that position. Go buy the best players in the world in those positions. Because now we have a good team, and all we have to do is to make sure that we fill these gaps with top players, and then we will be amongst the best teams in Europe. But then everyone is just like, no. Who trust the manager? The manager brought us here. He has the plan. He knows what he's doing. Even if they don't agree necessarily with anything he's doing, they just blindly support it. And then when you guys go to the same place over and over, start the seasons, play well, believe, fans that believe in, everyone is hyped, everyone is talking about what the team could win this season, people being over delusional and all this stuff. And then the season is over. We're just sitting here empty-handed. Arsenal fans are just sitting there empty-handed every single season. Bro, you can tell no side me saying this, even I'm getting irritated, right? Imagine, bro, every season having to go through this. I cannot ever imagine that, bro. I would be crashing out every single end of the season, bro, because I'm just like, bro, what the hell? I'm tired of every season starting, people telling me to have hope, only to come back at the end of the season the same way I started last season. This is ridiculous. And now look at this. This is why no side, I hear it when you said in your match reaction against Bournemouth that you're going to cook everything. Bro, at this point, I'm just like, bro, I would be North side if I was him. Because I'm like, bro, how can I be dealing with this shit every single year? You guys keep telling me that I should be more positive, but every single season, I'm the one that's always sitting here with egg in my face. I'm done. Because this season, people told you Champions League. People were telling you Champions League, this is our year, this and this and this. Well, guess what? In a few days, you could be empty-handed for another season.
Yep.
It's not good enough. And at the end of the day, it comes down to the manager. Because at the end of the day, people can say, oh, but Omar, look at our team this season. We've had injuries. Anyone could have told you at the start of the season that your squad wasn't big enough. Everyone could have told you that your squad wasn't good enough. People were saying, go buy a striker. Let's go and buy a striker. Let's go and buy another defender. We only have Saliba and Gabriel and Kivior. You sign Calafiori and you play him at fullback. So that means then you only have, 3 center-backs? What happens if one of those center-backs is injured? Do you see my point? Like, this is the thing. Your squad wasn't big enough at the start of the season when your whole squad was fit. So now that your squad has been hit with injuries, now you're having to play midfielders at striker. That's on you. I'm sorry. You put yourself through that. Not you, the fans, but you, the manager. So now you figure it out because you're the one who decided to keep the squad like this. It's not good enough. And listen, good luck tomorrow, Northside. You know me, man. At the end of the day, I'm not like a lot of these Arsenal fans who are just waiting for the meltdown, because some of these people, they live for the meltdown. You know what I mean, right? They live for the meltdown. Listen, at the end of the day, most of the time I've known you, Northside, I've always seen you. This club has given you nothing but misery. It's about time you actually show this club give you some happiness. So hopefully we could see an incredible comeback in both of our games. And listen, man, we will talk. If we're in the Champions League final, if it's an Arsenal-Barca Champions League final, we will talk. But yeah, man, good luck on your game on Wednesday.
Nah, I hear it, man. I hear it, bro. It's a big up to the both of you. Devante, shout your channel out, man, and where people can find you, bro.
Yeah, man. Link is in the. I think it's in the title. Yeah, link is in the title, man, for Ajax talk, Arsenal talk, even some Barca talk, because I've been following Barca lately again, Definitely hoping they win the title, because I don't want to see scumbag Dre win any titles. I need to see empty-handed this season. Empty-handed as they deserve. And also NBA playoffs started, so yeah, man. Also some NBA talk, yeah.
Nah, I hear it, man. I hear it. Listen, I'm abandoning this club, bro. If Benfica win me the league this season,
go watch no side.
This club, bro.
Do you watch basketball, brother?
Nah.
You got to get into it, man. Because you gotta get into some other sport.
I like basketball. I would watch it if it wasn't for the time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, times are crazy.
You know what's crazy? My team, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we just knocked out the Lakers, LeBron James. So I'm looking at my team now thinking, yo, listen, I could see Barcelona potentially win a quadruple and see my team win the NBA. Oh God, bro.
The
It's about to be the
Timberwolves?
best season of my life. If they win the NBA. I'm not saying we're gonna win it. Obviously, we're not the favorites, but you gotta believe. That's all, man. You gotta believe.
Don't believe, man. You gotta believe. Oh my, big up, man. Shout your channel, bro.
Yeah, man. Omar BYT as always, guys. You guys know me. I'm always a regular here on No Size channel. Obviously, this is the start of our show. I'm always here on Prem Talk as well. My channel, guys. Obviously, today, for those of you who want to see I did my match preview for the Barcelona Inter game, guys. It's already out, right? I will be doing a preview of the PSG Arsenal game, which will be coming out tomorrow, guys. So keep that in mind. No watch along for the Barcelona game because I'm at work. But I will be doing a watch along potentially for the Arsenal game on Wednesday. So we could see some drama in that one. This week, Thursday, we'll be having the FCB show with my Bayern friends Zir and Liam. Bianco Nerdy show every single Friday, and Prem Talk as well over here. So you guys will see me here as well. And Coolest Culture show every single Sunday, which is a Barcelona show with the Barcelona panel, guys. But yeah, man, big up to you, Northside, every single time, brother.
Nah, big up, man. Big up to the both of you. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the man. The link is in the title. And yeah, man, but all of us, we must. That's how it is, man.
We have to, bro. We have to.
Can't wait for the season to end. I genuinely can't wait for the season to end. I'm tired of this, bro. I was tired of this a month or two ago already. I just want the season to be done, bro. I just want it to be done. Real talk, bro. You know what I mean? I might not even nah, bro. El Clasico's on this weekend. If Arsenal don't progress in the Champions League, I may duck the Arsenal game. I don't care about Arsenal playing Liverpool. I
hear it. I'm sorry. I do.
Yeah.
Bro, I hear it. Like seriously, what's the point of even watching? Like, well, if I have nothing to play for at the end of the season, why the hell would I? Don't get it twisted. I love watching my club, but brother, how do you guys want me to be motivated to root for the team when I know that this winning or losing means nothing at the end of the season? It's not like we're gonna get out. You guys are gonna finish outside the top 4 anymore. Come on, man. Like it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, man. Listen, outside
this weekend, bro.
Benfica also like Sporting. Remember Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all play at home.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, it's not all doom and gloom, bro. Benfica at least doing their job in the league. So
Y'all
maybe
gonna win. Y'all play at
something
home. I feel like you're gonna win that game.
Nah, listen.
He doesn't want to think about it, bro.
Yeah, just let God do his work, innit? Let God do his work, and we leave it with
God,
him.
man,
I know,
right.
but
I
I'm
hear
confident for that one. That Benfica.
No, please, no stars are aligning. No, it's coming home.
No, don't do that. Do not talk about stars.
We'll
aligning,
see. We'll
bro.
see.
Let
Yeah,
me
we'll
know,
see.
guys.
We will see. Ajax. We will
You know what's
see.
funny, sad? People tried to do that with me and Inter in the last game. You know that? Because Inter lost 3 games before they played us. And people were like, Omar, Inter in bad form. Yo, the stars are aligned. I'm like, when I heard that, I don't know who said it to me. I said, let me tell you something. If I hear someone say the stars are aligned, I am blocking you from my channel. You understand me? That is a cursed word. We don't use that word over here, bro. That is a cursed word. Bro, anytime you hear the word stars, block them, bro. Because those people there, that's the kiss of death. And you know what? It was the kiss of death because they were poor before they played us, and somebody said it, and we drew the game. So yeah, man, quiet. No, none of the stars are aligning, bro. Don't let them say the stars are aligning, bro.
The last Mystic Meg that said that was Tony Claude. The stars are aligning for PSG.
Oh no! When did he say this? When did he say this? Was it after the Real Madrid game?
Nah, he said the stars.
Oh yeah,
are
he
aligning
did, wasn't
for
it?
PSG.
Wait, I swear.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about Tony Claude, right? Tony Claude is so hilarious. He's got so many quotables. Do you remember when he was on Sarcasm City, him, and TJ, and he said, "Where's the justice for Havertz?" Nah, that thing killed me for weeks, bro. I was just dying every time, bro. That guy has so many quotables. Like, he's incredible. The amount of quotables you can get for Tony Claude is too much, bro. I'm telling you right now.
This
The
guy went
stars
home
aligning,
for
bro.
no
Don't let
Trust me, but he's gonna, bro. If we don't win, Deji's gonna.
Oh,
Cook
he's getting cooked.
Oh, yeah.
Deji's gonna cook.
Oh,
Him,
he's on no side is preparing some cooking session for that, brother. I'm telling you
yeah,
now.
bro. I'm
Because
gonna be in the back like
because I watched him, bro. You were doing a lot of Arsenal shows, and this brother was coming in these Arsenal shows after the Madrid game, hella smug and arrogant. I remember. To be fair, I'll say this: when you did the show, after I think the day after the game. To be fair, he actually did admit that he went overboard, and I think he did apologize. I think so.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? Credit to Tony Claude. He wasn't making excuses like a lot of people do. But yeah, he was too smug, man. I'm not gonna lie. The way he was just disregarding PSG like they were nothing. I'm like, bro, this is how I know this brother hasn't seen one PSG game this season. This is how I know that. Probably not even in the Champions League.
We will talk. I know Tony's busy right now. Big up to Tony, but we will
Big up
talk
to
after
Tony.
this game, man. But listen, big up, man, them. And we'll be back later on, 10:30 with Sunshine to talk about Man United. So big up to everyone that's locked in. And we will be back later on, man. You know what I mean? Bank holiday content's coming out, man. Love. We're out. Love.